Hey, this is Gary. Welcome back to CGT Off-Road. Today we're going to be installing the Maximus-3 Rhino Rack platform on my JKU, so stay tuned. All right, we're going to go ahead and start opening up the Rhino Rack boxes here. I want to make a quick mention. The little case knife here that my buddy Galen got me about 20 years ago. Yes, I still use it. I cut meat boxes, everything with it. Thank you, buddy.
All right, we're just laying out everything right now for the Rhino Rack full rail kit. This is going to be a how-to video for y'all as well as us, so we don't know how we're going to start, but we're just going to get everything laid out right now.
All right, we got all the rail supports finished up. Just takes a little bolt, lock washer, flat washer, and it's got this big old slider, I guess slider nut on the bottom where it slides up in the Rhino Rack. We got all them put together, and now we're doing the corners. Pretty easy. Just got a little piece of plastic that goes on there, and then got some little Phillips headed screws that go in there. We're just running them in with a little impact. Not too tight though. Don't want to break them before we use it. Just hit them a little bit. Kind of pretty easy. Okay, fit first corner molding into rail. Okay, so let's get the end rail, so the short rail, the end. Let's get a short one, okay, and then it'll be, we'll just kind of build it like it there. All right, we're just putting the little corners on it. Pretty easy. They just slide up in there. And then same screws as you use for right here, just little Phillips head screws. Just put them babies in there. A little bit. Pretty easy. Looks pretty stout. Big one. All right, right here we're just sliding the little rail supports on the end rails. There's two different kinds of these little rail supports. There's 6 of them that are a little bigger. They go on the ends. Of course, there's 3 on each end, and then there's 4 on each side, but you'll be able to tell. It took us a minute to figure out exactly where they went, but maybe this will help you get by here a little bit. They're not too bad. They're a little snug on there, but not too bad. Ready? Yep. All right. Go ahead. Cool. That's pretty easy. Yep. Grab the other one. Looks like it's gonna be a beast.
We finished with the rail kit.
Oh yeah. All right, we're starting to put together the platform. Looks like lots of parts and pieces to it.
Putting the little T-moldings in the end caps here. Just comes with a little screw. Screw it right in.
We just go step by step again. Okay. And then the other ones we get fit the plank inserts into end of planks at both ends. Okay, we need the big planks then. Yes.
There's some little pieces here. You got to be sure they're level, flush with the end here. They were way back in there when we got them, so just be sure that you, before you use them, they're flush on the end.
think they're gonna be fairly close here like that. Take this side, take one of them, I'll take one. Just kind of put it on there and then kind of get them a guesstimation of where they need to be. See where the screws need to go.
Yep. In this part here, you get two different kinds of bolts, so be sure you can use the shorter ones for this part here.
These little end caps are just like on the top rail. They just got a little plastic cover that goes on them, and then there's two little Phillips headed screws you put in there to hold them on. Pretty simple. All right, when we're putting these end, I don't know, I guess the end rails on it or whatever. There you go. You can just, they just go up in there, just slide right up in there, and then they just slide. It's got two slides. You just put one side on, then you have to just put the other side, just slide it up on there. It's kind of like a double slide there, and it's got one little screw on each one holding everything together. Pretty easy. All right, we're putting these little cross rails in there. Got a little flat threaded bar in there. Goes in there. You got to put a flat washer on top of that to take up for the spacing of the little channel there. And then we got a little screw, lock washer, flat washer. I guess it's gonna kind of slide this up in there. See if we can get that started in there. A little bit tricky, but if you use just like a little punch or something, kind of hold that up in there, because the bolt's too short to actually grab it there. So you just slide that under it, kind of lifts it up, and not too bad. Yeah, this is turning into a little bigger ordeal than we thought. We're gonna have to take the top off. Find this Maximus-3. It's not a backbone system. It actually mounts off the roll cage, and we're having trouble locating where it mounts at. We found the back, can't find the front. It's behind the sound bar, insulation, wiring, and everything. So we're just gonna take this sucker off maybe until we can get the top tilted up at the front so we can see what we're doing. Come on with it. Hey, we're ready to go cruising. That looks pretty good, don't it, huh?
It does look
kind of cool. All right, we're taking these little bolts out of the back. It's 13mm head on it. We're gonna whoop them out, throw the brackets on the back. Then we got two bolts. Just one bolt holds the bracket on in the back, and then two in the front. I'll show you the little bracket here. All right, here's a little bracket. With just one bolt there, and then two that we got to drill through the roof. I don't know exactly. I tried to read the instructions, but man, everything's in the metric millimeter. Boy, I don't know if I don't know who did this. Some guy on a bad day, he must have been going to quit or something. Did direction on it, think it was crud. So we're just going to kind of do it our way. We're going to mount these brackets, get them snugged up here, and then we're probably going to have to set the roof back on, pre-mark the holes, pull the roof back off and drill them, but I just don't want to make more than one set of holes if we can. Looks like it's going to be pretty easy though. These racks, even with just us being like this here, they do have a pretty good static load on them. I can't remember what it is in resting load, static load, but it's actually strong enough where you can put a roof rack or a rooftop tent and some other stuff on it. So it does have a good load. It ain't resting, nothing's resting on the top here. Everything's on the roll cage. We're just gonna kind of snug these down. We're not gonna go too tight with them now because shoot, we've already had to take 2 or 3 things apart and redo it. So I've always learned just move it and tighten it later. All right, well that's pretty easy for the back ones. Gonna jump up there and hit them front ones real quick. this bracket's kind of tight. I mean, it's easy to get on here, but I'll tell you what, there's not much room between the roof and the roll bar and the rack and everything, man. It is a snug little fit in there. These are 13 millimeter too, so it's all pretty easy. Do it the best.
How are we looking like that there?
Come on.
How are we looking?
Yeah, that goes to the front. Yep, just like you got it there. Yep.
It's gonna be hitting on this little guy right here.
What is it? That pop it off there. Need something pop it off. All right, now this side right here, that passenger side a little trickier. This bracket goes here. It's got the satellite radio little sensor here, so I just kind of pulled it out. I'm not a great big radio man, so I'm just gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna put that bracket on there, and then we're probably just going to roll with it. If I need that later, we can always get somebody to remount that or do it myself. We're probably just gonna slap it on there, just leave that sitting under there. All right, on these brackets here, due to the way the body of the Jeep and everything is, you got to put two washers, two little thin washers under each bolt here to keep that bracket flush with the top. Now see, we're not even on these brackets. Well, yeah, we are here. These brackets must go turn the other way.
Oh yeah.
Huh? They must go turn that way. We got them on the wrong sides. See it? Just adjusting these brackets a little bit here, getting them closer to the roof. 13 millimeter. Everything seems to be 13 millimeter. Get up there, and then we're gonna try to just drill up through here. That way we got everything set back in. We're gonna drill up through here, and then we're gonna measure from these holes to the next hole for the front bracket. Cause man, all their stuff just ain't, I don't know, I'm just gonna do it the way I know that we're gonna get it done right, not have extra holes in the roof. All right, well, to make it easier access on the front brackets, there's some little 10 millimeters up here. We're just gonna take them down, take them out, there's 6 of them. And we're just taking them out, and then just gonna let all this sound bar and all this crap drop down out of the way, maybe, and we'll be able to get at it a little better. Yeah. All right, the ladder bracket that he just shown you, be sure you put that on when you have the roof detached, because you definitely have to put that in there. You also have to drill the holes out. Just uses new bolt holes. So that's what we're fixing to do right now. Yeah. Man, maybe hang on to that bracket where it don't slap around, slap the crap out of my Jeep, maybe. I think I gotta go a little bit more. I think I gotta. Yeah, let me hit another one here. We just got that one bolt right there we just started. I'm fixing to finish drilling this one out. Well, we're fixing to drill up through the roof. I'm not a big fan of drilling through something this is permanent now. When we do this is permanent. So let's hope we got everything lined up right. If not, we'll be putting some silicone in the holes. We'll keep you posted on that. Oh snap, that was easy. Oh man. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Ready for the second one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, on these little mounting brackets here, They sent us the wrong bolts. They sent these here and they sent too big a bolt. So I had to go to Ace Hardware and get the right bolt, which will screw right in there. So that is pretty aggravating. So we're gonna try to see if we can slap this together. Put a little flat washer on there. Got one of them down in there. Pretty sure we got her ready to go here. Like a champ. Okay, we're gonna put these little plastic, I guess they're little holders to kind of hold everything down from flapping around. You can tell there's two different sizes here. Shorter ones go on the two end runs, and the longer ones go on the middle. The end ones here, the middle ones, they have threaded like nuts on the back of them there, so we're just gonna put them down, just put a bolt through. These end ones, they have a little bitty, kind of a different looking setup here. This just comes in from the bottom. It's got a little deal where it kind of, you know, like a blind spline on it, goes on. Just throw that little nut on there. And it's just a little 10 millimeter on that there. And these got some little bitty old grooves in there, so it's kind of a no-brainer how they go on there. We're gonna try to slap them on. We're getting it. We got most of it. Tell you what, wasn't just the funniest thing I've ever done. Wasn't the worst. Right now, it gives you a bunch of measurements and ways to do this off the Jeep. But I tell you what, a buddy of mine had his done. He bought a Jeep, and I noticed they had extra holes in the roof, and I think that's why, because they didn't measure it out right. So the way we're doing it, I'm having to tighten up these little brackets up under here, and you're supposed to do all this when it's off the Jeep and then put it down, but I didn't trust myself enough to be able to hit all 8 holes right and not make a mess. So the other way is to do it the hard way, so that's the way we opted for. So we got the brackets on, we got everything tight. Now we're just tightening up where it mounts to the Rhino rack from the Jeep brackets. Man, everything is going pretty good. We got it squared up. It's a little crooked, kind of beat around. Look, I had to loosen everything up a little bit more, tap it around. But I think we're getting it. We're gonna slap the top rail on it. And I got some other little accessories, some eye bolts we're gonna put on there. But man, I think it's coming together. I think some of these Rhino racks come with a kit you can get to where you can actually get a little bit longer legs coming off of the Jeep. But man, I kind of opted for the short ones because I kind of wanted to get it low as we could the Jeep. Less top heavy, less wind resistance. I don't know if it matters. Maybe it won't be quite as noisy whistling. But we're gonna give her a try. We'll let you know how it worked out for us. Give you a review after a little while. Okay, we are getting ready to install the top rail for the Rhino rack. Been an adventure. Leave these on here. They said put them in about half of the way. Thread them in there, so we got that. We'll see if that works. And the front 3, you leave them off. So once you get it on there, you have to try to get your fingers up in there. My son's probably gonna do that. Try to put them boogers on, so we're gonna see if this works.
All right, so we got to drop these down in these channels here, right? Slide them all the way back.
I guess, man, I don't. A little snug up in here. Gotta have these little girl fingers like I got. That did. Yeah. That was
You
easy.
gotta turn that, right?
Not at the front, I don't think. I don't know if we have to turn. Alright, let's see. Let me get it lined up here. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. Let me see if I can. All right, trying to put the ladder on. Don't look like it's gonna be real fun to do. Well, we got the ladder on here. Shows to put it on like we did, and it did work, but it's just a little hard getting down in there to get these tight, and basically get them little old nuts on the back here pretty hard. My boy knocked the light down, about broke the window out the side of the Jeep, but we're good. I need some more lighting. Old shop needs a little upgrades. But man, it looks like we got it. Not too bad. We're gonna go down and tighten the bottom ones up. Putting the last couple bolts on right here for the ladder. I think we tighten these up, and then all we gotta do is just buckle the inside up, put the interior back in, the speakers back in, and all the junk on the roll cage. First climb. Oh, get the door. Booyah!